Well, shall we try to do it now? All right. So we're outside.
We're outside.
How nice is it to be outside on this
a
beautiful
glorious day.
Is it hailing? No.
No. The sun is shining.
The concept of it hailing right now is unbelievable, and yet
distant.
72 hours ago.
And yet, maybe even in 5 minutes, being Melbourne.
It's beautiful, it's sunny, it's so quiet once this plane passes. So, Tamara DiMattina.
Mark Spencer.
Fairfax calls you PR for the planet. You started the New Joneses, which, how do you describe that to people? What is the New Joneses?
That's a good question, because depending on who I'm talking to, I describe it differently.
Yes.
So the New Joneses started as literally a message house. It was a house, it was an all-electric house that we used to install at Fed Square or in main city squares around Australia.
Art installation piece?
I wouldn't say art. It was really like showing people what does sustainable living look like. So we would show people every touch point throughout your day, from, you know, your banking to who's your super fund, the energy company that you choose, the car that you're driving, the food you're eating. All of those things have an impact. So we would show people how to have a lighter impact by making a better choice. So helping people connect the dots between my action and the outcome.
Yep.
So it was just a super fun, like free, open to the public. We'd have media come and stay and live in the house. We had Channel 7 Sunrise lived in the New Joneses house one year for a few nights. The whole crew crammed in a tiny house. But we'd showcase an EV, there would be solar panels on the roof, there was battery storage, you know, so we were the first all-electric home showcase in Australia. And then we built a tiny house and we would tour that around, so go to regional areas.
That's where I first interacted with the New Joneses at the Ballarat Begonia Festival.
Yes.
It was a tiny house, Tesla Model Y parked out the front, Tesla Powerwall, solar panels on the roof. Here's how you can compost, here's how you can live better, but not just as a platitude. Like, here's literally how to do things a bit better than you're doing them.
Yeah, I think that's what I love about the New Joneses. We're a different format now, but back then, wherever you were on the path, there was something for you. So even if you were not a big recycler, we would show you, you know, this is how you can do it properly. But if you're across all of that stuff, if you totally understood the impact of food waste and getting your food back into compost or worm farms or giving it to chickens, you could then move on and go, oh, what's this? What is a battery storage system? So there was something for everyone. Then COVID wiped out all the events. And so we were like, how do we keep spreading these messages without spreading any diseases? So
And as the audience watching on YouTube will probably guess, you turned to a distribution channel that was available to you at the time, and it would be totally foreign and inconceivable for anybody watching this video on YouTube to imagine that this could be done through YouTube.
And thank you, YouTube, for the wonderful opportunity. So the New Joneses became an EV road trip. So we jumped in the car with slats every day from King Parrot, has a massive cult following, a heavy metal band, and just hit the road to find out from people who had a big message that could easily be translated down into something, a simple action that we could all do in our lives. So we really just try to take what the science or what the big kahuna burgers say and digest it down so everyday people like you and I can get it and do it.
And so we've reached a point now, it's 2025, you know, everything electric, which is a globe-spanning, you know, road show. Is it a car show? Yes. Is it a home show? Yes. Is it trying to do model aspirational and achievable improvements? Yes. Where are we at kind of now, I guess, in the Melbourne context with a show like this coming here from the UK? They also do Canada. They don't do the US, which is very interesting and obvious. Why not?
Yeah. Well, I think it's really exciting because when we started the New Joneses, our first install, I think, was 2012. There might have been the Nissan Leaf, might have been our option as a car partner to showcase, you know. And now you go
cannot
into that
find
hall,
a car as small as the Leaf among dozens of cars.
That's true. It actually was a tiny car compared to all of these big things. But there's so many brands in there, brands I've never seen. So there's a huge amount of competition. I think that's exciting to go, this is happening, this has happened. This is not, I think Australia we are accepting and moving towards EVs. There's still a long way to go, but it's really showing all of these new brands coming online just shows it's not the future, it's the now. So yeah, and I think that's really exciting.
From the perspective of what you did with the New Joneses, where you had, here's a house, here's a car, and you kind of asked people to imagine, what if your life looked a bit more like this? Now that there is dozens of models, and yeah, there's I think there was, trying to remember stats from this morning's press tour, you might have them better than me, but there was something like
110,000 batteries.
110,000 home batteries installed since July. There's over 70 different models of cars here today. There's, I think it's something like a dozen OEMs and brands. Now it's like you ask someone, imagine yourself in an EV, and it's not generic EV. It's not just Tesla Model Y. It's like there's every shape and size and color, so someone can actually imagine themselves with their style and their interest in that EV, and it's like,
and affordable now.
Yeah, have we done it, Tamara? Like it could go faster, but like it's not a matter now of if, right? It's just when. Looking at this, it seems critical mass has arrived.
It feels like that, but then people need to, buy the cars, use the cars, understand where is the petrol source coming, the energy source. We don't want it to be petrol, we want to be moving away from that.
Yeah,
but
we don't want to be petrol like this helicopter is just about to buzz us.
Yeah, but I think EVs are a massive step forward, and it's come a long way. But as you and I were saying before, EVs are not the solution. We've got a lot of problems and a lot of challenges here. But I often quote a t-shirt that I saw years ago that said we need all the world's cars to be electric and we need half the cars, so EVs are not going to solve, as you were saying, gridlock and traffic problems and all that sort of thing.
If we replace all the cars tomorrow with EVs, we still have other issues that doesn't solve.
That's right. But EVs they don't have to solve everything. But one thing I would love to see is a world where all the cars are EV and all our verges and our nature strips are growing healthy food because we're not polluting the air. So I think that would be an incredible step forward if you just think how much healthier that world would be. I remember years ago, I think it was Arnold Schwarzenegger, maybe when he was the governor.
The governor.
Yeah, when he was talking about how much he loved his EV and someone was giving him shtick or so, and he was saying, well, would you like to imagine you've got to sit in your garage running your car for the next 50 years? He offered that person to off themselves. That would kill you. Yes. Which I thought, did you see, there was a recent South Park episode where the kids were trying to gas themselves with an EV.
Yep.
Let's cut that. Yes, but I think the move towards making them more affordable and more accessible, and also educating people as to, well, how do I power everything to do with my life? That makes people think about these things, as you were saying before. We've got a petrol car, we're so used to putting petrol in it and then driving. There's a lot of thought that needs to go into, okay, well, now I'm charging it, how am I going to charge it? But you can't charge a petrol car and just drive forever. We need to pay for the petrol. That's come from somewhere. How ludicrous to think that we're paying for a petrol source that's come from halfway across the world, paying extraordinary prices to pollute ourselves when we've got the option
to use it once.
Yes.
Yep.
So
Robert Llewellyn, of course, the grand dame of everything electric, has very good sort of turns of phrase about the insanity of you to get this much energy, which you burn once. It takes this much, and then this much, and then this much, and this much, and you burn it once.
Oh yeah, it's a similar, like when you look at so many ways that we live that just make no sense. There's an excellent meme that goes around all the time, and it's something to do with I think it's a plastic spoon. And it talks about how much energy, how much resource, how much transport, how much cost to get that plastic spoon, and it gets used once.
Yep.
And we wouldn't just use the same spoon over and over and over. Yep. We are capable of so much more.
Yeah. Which I think in a place where it's light and noise, and there is unveilings, there is vaguely car-shaped objects under sheets. I wonder what's under there. I wonder what it's going to look like. I think this is all very good. It appeals to a part of society that likes this, that enjoys this, it gets activated by it, gets excited, but I think it is good to come outside, touch some grass.
Get some grounding.
And think about the other elements to it. So I understand that this is the Electrifying Everything YouTube channel. Nirav has built this on an audience that's really passionate about, I think passionate about, yes, the things, the EVs, the hardware, the stuff, but also why behind it. So I hope this kind of nice interlude with someone who's built a career out of advocating for the things that don't otherwise have a voice, the things that we need and yet we undervalue, just to kind of debrief about like...
Thank you. I appreciate your words. I will also make a point, like, it's not lost on me whenever I see any car ad, whether it's ICE or EV, where are they? They're always in nature.
100%. No one's sitting in traffic in the city.
They are showcasing, this is where we all want to be.
This is the brand new super cheap city car. Look at it. It's surrounded by tundra. You're like, what?
Yeah. So I think that's really important to bring it back to the only thing, like, there's no thing on a dead planet. So unless we are all at every point of every choice that we make throughout our day going, how can I make a choice that's better for my people and my planet? And they're so completely connected. There is no planet unless we start caring for it, and we're seeing it with species loss and the complete uptick for us.
You've all seen the symptoms. We're all uncomfortable with the diagnosis.
Correct. And the more we care for nature, the more nature cares for us, and the reverse is true as well. So I think it's great to have EVs. It's great to have the technology that if it's reducing our impact on the planet, and we also need to be doing regeneration and be healing and rebuilding damage that we have done.
It's a wonderful framing there of the car ads. I'd say, next time you see a car ad for a petrol car or an EV, just think, by buying that vehicle, you're not buying the nature that it's being showcased in. You're buying something that has externalities that are harmful to that nature. It's just a lot less harmful when you buy an EV, but you're not the protection of nature doesn't come with the sticker price of the car that you're planning or aspiring or being sold on the basis of getting out in nature to enjoy it. I'm very glad to say the weekend isn't dead.
I'll also make another point about the jumping from categories over to the iPhone. If you notice, all of the advertising campaign for the iPhone, it's all nature shots.
Yes.
So until we start going, right, the impact of this thing that I'm buying on the nature that is being used to sell me this thing, we have to really flip that and go, how do we make sure that everything that we're doing is preserving and protecting nature that gives us literally every single resource that we tap into is coming from nature. So we need to really flip it and be giving back much more to nature than we are taking out.
I guess that's why you should buy an EV. I had no good way to end it.
Sorry. We'll just consider your choices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And also looking at the health impact of ICE or gas, petrol compared to electric options. Even we see that in our homes with gas cooktops connected to asthma. If you want to improve the health of yourself and your kids, you get off your gas cooktop and get an induction. And I think that's very similar. If you want to extrapolate that little internal home system of burning gas to what we're doing outside, the less stuff we're burning, the better for everybody.
Yep.
So buy an EV.
There we go. Add Everything Electric, which in Sydney last year launched their Stop BS, Stop Burning Stuff campaign. Yeah, I think that's a good thing to take away from the show, which, yes, is now, it's a commercial venture, and we need those. But it's something that the show creators, people coming to the show like us, we're noticing, and it's nice to be able to actually talk about it and hopefully an audience of EV enthusiasts appreciate this perspective being brought as well. So thank you for the venue and the opportunity and the chance to talk about it with someone who